Good evening, guys. Welcome to another day on Master of Crypto. This is the voice of Ken Akure. In today's class, we'll be looking at how to identify key support and resistance levels or zones. Now, the concept of support and resistance comes from the understanding that price has a memory, in the sense that areas where price reacted in the past are like Christ is likely to have some form of reaction in those areas in the future. And to identify a key level, the more reactions you see at a particular area, then the stronger that level becomes. For example, let's we picked our drawing tool, which is this. Now, with our plain eyes, we're trying to see if we can find a key level. There are several key levels I can see here. Now, the first one is here, somewhere here. And why have I identified that area as a key level? It's because now you have a reaction coming from down. You had a reaction here. You had another reaction here from below. Price went up, broke above, came down. This area reacted to, acted as support. It went above to, came back. This area held again. Now it has gone up far from this area. Now that it came down, can you see how it reacted in this area again? It reacted, and how would you know it's reacting? How do you know it's respecting this level? Is when you begin to see these wicks. Can you see these long wicks? These long wicks that are not really, even when they break through, there's a pushback up. So those kind of areas are your key areas, are your key levels. Now, this is identifying them on the daily time frame. Now, sometimes when you go to the lower time frame like H4, you might see a similar reaction. So let's look at this area where price has ranged in the past several weeks. So in the past several weeks, you can see this level. This is not a perfect key level. Why? Because right now you're only seeing reaction from the downside. A perfect level is when you see key levels, when you see reaction from below and reaction from the top. But now, as far as this region is concerned, this is a very key level. Why? Because of the amount of touches you had. You've had one, a break below. Of course, I think you've had more than there's a break below. You had a retest, a retest, a retest. It came back down. You had a retest, a retest. You had another retest. You had a close retest. So now when price comes back here, you should expect to see some form of struggle to break this area. Eventually, if it breaks it, then this place becomes a very strong support. Right now, it's acting as a strong resistance. Now, that's how to look for a key level on uh, on the H4 time frame. Then you could also here now, for example, you could go a step lower by looking at H1. H1. So if you're trading on H1, To identify your key levels, you go and check the H4 chart. If you're trading on H1, to identify your key levels, you look at the H4 chart. If you're trading on H4, to identify your key levels, you look at the daily chart. So let's assume that someone here is trading on the 15 minutes. If you're trading on the 15 minutes, you can actually pick key levels on the H1 time frame. Now this is H1. Now how do you identify those levels? Simple. You're looking for areas where price has had a lot of reaction, and you can zoom in. You can zoom in, then look with your eyes. Of course, this key four level area is there, but on the lower time frame, you will see more levels. You will see more of them. So this line, this area is not bad, it's a key level. Why? You had reaction here, 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 here. You can even see another reaction here. Now this level is holding here. You can see reactions here, here, even somewhere here. Do you understand? So that's how to identify key levels on another lower time frame. You could also add this. So key level is basically the amount of touches or reactions that you have in that area. Then something you must also know about support and resistance is, okay. So now this one I've done now is for people who are trading on 15 minutes. If you're trading on 15 minutes time frame, you go to the H1 and identify your key levels. After you've identified your key levels, then you now go to the time frame that you're trading on. So now this is the time frame I'm trading on. So now the yellow lines are my key levels. The other levels I now draw out after on this 15 minutes time frame and now my minor support and resistance levels. So the first one was my key levels because I drew it on the time frame that is higher than this. So let me see. What are my minor levels now? I will now see where there's reaction. And sometimes I like to use horizontal ray. There's an horizontal ray here. A ray won't give you a long line, it will give you a short line. So I pick here. This is the minor level. And you can represent it with a dotted line to show you the difference between the two. Then here too is a minor level. You can see it. Can you see how price broke this resistance, came back and retested it? This level was a major level. It broke above it, retested it. Now it's continuing back up. So like yesterday, when there was this violent breakout, price moved higher. See how it retested it here. Today, I was actually expecting that price will come lower, maybe to this level, then push up, but it didn't retrace back. Formed a new level here. And if you look to the past, you can see also that this level here, which is somewhere here, was a zone actually. You know, another way to look at it is when you bring out a rectangle, you can pick this top. So you can call this area your minor level. Why? You're calling the minor level because you are doing it on the time frame that you're trading on. Now let's clear all this. Now, if you go to H1, to identify your minor levels on H1, you are now looking at these current support and resistance levels that is different from the ones you identified on H4. So on H4, you had picked out your key level, which is this. Sorry. Your key level is this. You can also call this area a key level because you had 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 touches as a key level. Then you can as well call this area a key level here. Why? You had 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you're having a fifth reaction here. So these are your key levels. So I haven't identified these levels here on H4. If you now go to H1, this is H1. So any support and resistance you now draw on H1 will now be your minor level. So you can choose to represent it with a horizontal array. So this area, for example, will be a minor level. Here. This area here would have been a minor level. Even here would have been a minor level. Now, if you come up higher, you can actually call this place a minor level. Do you understand? So that's how to do it. The goal is don't try to be perfect. Just have an idea of the areas you're looking at, the zones you're looking at. And always remember that it's a zone. It's not actually this line, it's the surrounding area. It's the surrounding area. So that's how I do it. The truth is, if you go out there, you see different people doing different things. But the good thing is you must know what you're doing and how you are interpreting it, so that it makes a lot of sense to you and what you are expecting from it. All right, thank you guys for being part of this class.
Okay. So
Hold
I don't
on.
know if I can ask.
Hold on. I actually thought I muted you guys. I want to stop recording.